in the rhymes. Fuck the heat and the crime, keep the peace like a waistline.
Sway in the morning. J45. Back live. Ooh, that was a bar right there, Bizzle. A bit me. We got a group up here that I had a chance to meet personally this past Grammys. And I went to host remember I hosted Empire's Grammy Award party? Because Empire Distribution, digital distribution,
yes.
Out of the Bay Area with Gazi and those guys. They had a party I hosted. Stacy, what up? Brian Sampson, everybody. And a lot of the groups that are releasing music independently through Empire have gone on to do great things. One of those groups really blew me away just from their stage presence and how professional they were, but how great their music sound. And I was really impressed by that, especially the sound of the music and the energy that they brought to the stage. They're two-time Grammy-nominated artists. They put out projects in the past. They got new music that's out right now. I wanted them to come to the show. I said, when you come to New York, come up to the show, and they actually made it, and I'm happy to have them here. John Rodriguez and Danny Flores, a.k.a. COASTCITY.
What
up? COASTCITY.
With the fly Wu-Tang hat on.
Let's go. White Wu-Tang.
I had a rap, like Puerto Rico, Wu-Tang. It's part of my culture.
That shit is
part of your
fire.
culture. You like that hat, right?
It's fire.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yo, thank you for having us, man.
Oh, absolutely, man.
This is big for us, so really appreciate it. Good morning to everybody in the room.
Morning, bro.
And then you didn't come alone, man. You brought a young man who's he's a rapper, a singer as well. He's from DR. You know, I frequent DR, whether I'm in La Romana or I'm there a lot.
Santiago, Samaná, Sosúa
you know what I
Beach.
mean?
We know it all. We know it all.
Punta Cana. I'm out there.
The capital, Santo Domingo. We know it all. Samaná, we know it all.
We know what it is. Mozart La Para is here, ladies.
Yo, let's go.
Te paso, amigo.
Todo bien. Habla ahí. ¿Te está saludando?
Bueno, tranquilo. Hablo español. Él es mi traductor.
Yeah, we're gonna be COASTCITY translator team over here.
Hey, let's
say good morning to everybody.
Okay.
Vine saludo a todos los radioescuchas. Vine a apoyar a mi hermano de COASTCITY y hacer un freestyle.
Yeah, and he said he ready to freestyle. He went right off the bat.
Well,
wow.
Shit. You what you say, man? You ready to freestyle, man? This dude has been making music for years. He's been chart topping. He's done a lot. He's even had some bangers. And he signed with Rock Nation, right?
He signed with Rock
Nation.
Man.
Yeah. See, all that sound good. I know Jay-Z got your back and all that, but you won't Sway in the morning. Welcome to the Valley of the Hyenas. Yo, Wanda, drop a beat on him. Let's see what he gonna do with it. Yeah, Mozart La Para.
Whatever.
Turn them headphones up from that knob right there. There you go. Turn it up.
Ew. Yeah. Lady.
Yeah.
Ok, panita, estoy con Sway bueno. Ahora lo tengo aquí en la emisora, pero es de DJ. Mozart La Para es rapero, no vaya a pensar de que el loco baila break. Viste que lo que es mi pana, soy de Santo Domingo y lo sabe everyday. Estamos aquí, tú sabes, sin problema. Ahora estrenarle este tema. Normal, que lo que es mi pana, eso es lo que hay. La calle se quema, así es que Mozart improvisa. Estoy aquí porque yo tengo visa. Estoy montado y no con Anaísa. Con una vaina aquí, no con camisa. Viste que lo que uno te frisa. Si tengo hambre me como una pizza y se hace frío me como una brisa. Digo una brisa, no, es una brisa. Estamos aquí activos 24/7, pasado de piquete. Viste que lo que es mi pana en la cintura, siempre ando con mi fuerte. Yo vine pa' Nueva York, claro que Mozart no ronca. Viste que en Nueva York y en PR allá te cae hasta la tonca. Claro que son los poli, por eso que cuando vengo no me quiero ir. Mi pana soy el rey del free. Viste que lo que tú sabes y eso es así, aunque no me entiende, uno se lo aprende. Viste que lo que Mozart sorprende, eso es lo que hay, el Dios te reprende. Haz lo que tú quieras, pero uno aprende. Estoy aquí, tú sabes, cantando en una pista, tú sabes, de trago y pa' lo que pasa, que vine a cantar normal y sin desayunar. Ahorita estábamos ahí totados de la cabeza. Tú sabías que queríamos una cerveza, pero nada, normal, es el desayuno mío, que me sabía fresa. Me levanté temprano temprano. Yo lo que soy es un dominicano que improvisa y mete mano. Claro que yo meto mano, me levanto tal y empezó a beber temprano. El artista que tiene más soberano. Por eso que en RD me dicen que yo soy el mejor artista urbano. Ay, normal jugando lenza con mi peinado que una trenza. Viste que lo que mi pana Mozart siempre dice y piensa. Y si no piensa como quiera lo dice, porque yo tengo raíces. Por eso es que Mozart tú sabes que improvisando tiene la matriz. Yo lo cojo en serio, aunque estamos en City, en la radio estéreo, saliendo el hemisferio. El que se pasa conmigo tú sabes que lo mando al cementerio. Todo el mundazo se ríe, algunos me miran como medio serio. Eso es lo que hay, manibiri. Mi nombre es La Paribiri, pa' que no te confundí, biri, pana. Yo rapeo así, biri. Vengo de Santo Dominguibiri. Yo no sé si hoy Dominguibiri, allá fue que salió el merenguibiri. Viste mi pana que soy un loquibiri. Yo vine anoche mi biri, pero me voy a oler la noche ibiri, porque yo creo que el fin de semana tengo allá par de fiesta ibiri. Si fuera libre, como vainita digo, Special Delivery. No le puedo.
Mozart La Para.
Yo, he crazy. I wish y'all could understand that.
Yeah, man. Hey, man.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He took us everywhere. He took us everywhere.
Yeah.
The truth is, right before we came out here, we were trying to get a beer.
He was trying to get a
we were
drink.
trying to get a quick drink before coming in here, you know.
Oh, so that was a real freestyle?
No, that was like straight up.
Oh, off the top of the head? Freestyle?
Yeah.
Wow, explain to him what I just said.
Tradúceme, mi brother.
Yes.
Que si eso fue todo
See?
Claro.
Okay, cool, man. Pretty good, man.
That's actually how I'm sorry. That's actually how I heard of Mozart, man, because I kept getting, these videos of like viral videos of people that would post like of his freestyles, So that's how I got drawn, and the first time I ever heard him was through his freestyles.
Through his freestyles,
yeah,
okay.
So that's dope.
Okay. Now, John, you come from a musical family, correct?
I do.
Tell them who your brother is, man. Come on. I know you don't like to do that, but whatever.
Despacito.
That's right, man. Mr. Fonzie, Louis Fonzie, right?
Fonz is my big bro. So
Okay.
we it's been a crazy few years. The family, to witness this boom, that he was a part of, and what he did with Despacito and completely reshaped the landscape of the music business, the Latin industry, man. So he's just riding that wave, man, and he's been, for those who don't know, I mean, that, my brother's been around for so long, like he's really put in his time, so it's like well deserved, you know what I'm saying?
How's your family reacted to the success that your brother and you have?
I mean, I have an extremely close family. My dad and my mom, they're just proud, man. They're excited. My mom is like, she's very sentimental, so she's one of those types of mom that she'll cry or like for anything. So anytime she sees us in a big stage or every time we do something big, she's like the first one there to call us and text us, and they're just extremely proud, man. And they've been supportive since day one, since we lived in Puerto Rico, and we were put in like a Puerto Rican choir out there, like an after-school program. That was our introduction to the music scene. And once we moved to the States, we continued with our music. I was in band. My brother went off to FSU to study music, and like they've just always been supportive. It's to find parents from early on, especially like in Spanish parents, that they're always like, yo, school first and this and that. I mean, they're always about that, but they were always very supportive. So
Always supportive.
Yeah,
So with Coast City is you and Danny, right?
Yeah. So Coast City's me and my boy Danny Flores over there, and me and D, just give you the short story. Me and D, D's always been my musical director. I had a few albums on my own back in the day through Sony, and I was looking for, my music has always been very culturally infused, between like tropical rhythms and a lot of R&B. Like
We're alternative, Sway. We alternative.
Talk to him, Danny. Talk to him.
Alternative.
Yeah, this is a whole nother lane, right?
So we're Caribbean. Obviously we're from Puerto Rico. And our boy here from Santo Domingo and stuff. So our music is a fusion of Caribbean, you know, and urban. So
urban. So you were born in Puerto Rico too, or in the States?
Actually, I was born in Leominster, Massachusetts.
In Massachusetts. So what do you think
New
about?
England.
Is he considered a gringo, John, or how does that work?
You got the pass. No, but you grew up.
No, but
you grew up in PR.
Yeah, my childhood was in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
So I'm bicultural.
You bicultural. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, but it was important to infuse those indigenous sounds of Puerto Rico into the music you make today, 100%, right?
100%. You know, I grew up playing salsa and merengue. You know, my dad was a trumpet player, a music director himself, and I learned a lot from him. You know, until this day, like this morning before I came out here to the show, I was talking to him, and he was like, prepárate. You know, asegúrate esté preparado. You know, like he's always super supportive and always encouraging me in everything I do.
So you actually coach artists before?
Yeah. So you know, Mao Enrique, CNCO. Actually, I worked on Fonzie's tour. So that's the thing that I do.
Danny is crazy. He puts tours together. Like my brother's show, there's huge Latin tours, including like CNCO, which is like a huge pop band in the Latin industry.
I interviewed him at the Billboard Awards.
Yeah. So D is a crazy musical director, and he puts these people call him from all over to put these shows together and intros and transitions, and he dives into that world. Not only do we produce like our own music and stuff, but he's crazy talented when it comes to like putting a whole vision or putting a whole show together.
Okay.
So yeah.
Coast City, how did
That's what we do.
That's what you do. How did Coast City come to be a name?
So I was working on my third album, solo album. And I was looking for a name, for a title of the album that really like resonated with my upbringing. You know, I was born in Puerto Rico, but I was raised in the States, and my sound is just is those two things, you know. So Coast kind of brings the tropical Caribbean rhythms. City is kind of like everything I learned in the States, from rock to hip hop, you know. So it's kind of like just a combination of those two worlds, and that's what that name represents to us. So when I asked Danny, I'm like, because I went to Danny to start producing this new record, I was like, yo, D, let's just join forces. Let's go at this like on some artist production, you know, duo. And Coast City went from being an album title to just the project title, you know. Okay. So that's kind of how it was born.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. Danny Flores, John Rodriguez are here. Coast City, Tracy G.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, Danny, for you particularly, I'm wondering if you wouldn't mind giving us kind of a quick crash course in being a music director, because here at Sway in the Morning, we love putting a spotlight on a variety of different jobs within the industry, not just being, you know, front and center as the artist. Or a kid could be like, oh, I make beats, but not realizing the full extent of where that can go. And putting a tour together is a lot.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's being able to articulate musically to a band, you know, how they should approach the music of different artists. You know, there's some great music directors out there, and so being able to, first of all, you gotta first know your instrument. So I'm a piano player, you know, so you know, you got to be very well at your instrument, and then being able to know what the dynamics is of a band. So like, for example, in basketball, you know, the point guard has its, you know, his position, you know, you have your forward. And so the same way, you know, most bands, you know, they have rhythm sections. So they have a drummer, they have a bass player, a keyboard. And now you add the elements of also a lot of times playing on top of tracks to make the sound even bigger. So you got to have a good understanding of, obviously, where the artist is coming from, you know, understanding, you know, what their dynamics are, you know, what they're trying to present to their audience, and then being able to add the live element, you know, on top of that, you know, which is having the musicians,
Gotcha.
you know, with it. So
is that a position that you kind of like, when you first started your first gig as a music director, did you kind of just volunteer yourself and say, I could do it? Or did someone reach out to you?
You know, a lot of times it's based out of needs, you know. I know that a lot of like hip hop artists, you know, or reggaeton artists, you know, they want to have that live sound, but they don't know how to put it together. You know, they just call a bunch of musicians to just kind of like play on top of the tracks. And then from there it evolves to making something even greater and you know, and better. So as for me, I actually, one of my first gigs, you know, aside from, you know, working with John, was working with Jandel as a as a keyboard player.
Singing young.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
so I played for him for a few years, and then from there I started producing some of the the live elements from there, and then. Then I got the Fonzie gig, then CNCO, then Maoriki, then Yatra, and keeps going.
He's been killing
Wow.
it, man.
He's been killing it.
Been pretty dope.
Did you work with Beyonce on a Mi Gente remix?
I did.
You did
I
that?
worked, yeah.
You worked on? Okay, so you helped her with the Spanish?
Yeah, man, that was a crazy story.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
She sounds good on there.
Oh, that's what's up. Appreciate that. Yeah, so that's my forte. Like I do a lot of vocal production.
Okay.
And but that was a crazy trip, man, because I was flown out here. Balvin's manager, Rebecca Leon.
Wait, you said Balvin? You mean
Balvin,
J Balvin?
yeah, J Balvin.
You got to say, you just started on us right there. You just said that's your homeboy. We like the DJ Balvin. Okay, all right, go ahead.
Jose, yeah.
Okay.
So I remember she called me and she was like, "Yo, can you fly to New York tomorrow?" And
she
like,
called you?
His manager at the time was Rebecca Leon. Yeah.
Okay.
No, not Beyonce. No. And I was like, yeah, for what? She's like, I can't say, like it was all like very confidential, So I flew to New York because I knew it was serious, like I could hear it on her voice, and so I flew out here, and I didn't know I was working with Queen Bee till I was on my way to the Hamptons to like go work with her out there. So it was crazy. I was like, I didn't know. I was thinking, man, was it Rihanna? Like I knew it was gonna be somebody big. I knew it was for that remix, and it was dope, man. I went out there, worked. In the Hamptons, like in her house.
How much Spanish did she know prior? Did she? I know
she had recorded something with Alejandro Fernandez, who's like a huge Mexican artist, and she did her thing with that, But man, she was, obviously extremely professional, and I pushed her in a way where there was even times where I was like, yo, we got it, like that sounds perfect. And she would be like, nah, let's do it again. Let's keep trying it again. Like she was like that. And she was so cool, man. Like obviously it's Beyonce, man. I was super nervous going in there, trying to tell Beyonce like not how to sing, but like, but she was super, super dope, man. Like very hospitality wise, the family, Blue, like everybody. It was really cool. It was a crazy experience for me, man.
Congratulations on that, man.
Yeah, thank you. And then the song obviously did what it did. And then it was cool that she turned it into the whole benefit, for Puerto Rico and Texas. So it turned into this beautiful thing that I was a part of. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
What's the security like? You got to give up your phone. They got to pat you down. What's it like before you walk into the room with Beyonce?
Man, I didn't say any of that, but
Okay.
I did not take out my phone once, cause I'm very respectful when it comes to that. But it's funny because I had asked
Julius.
I had asked for, I was like, man, like I gotta witness this somehow. They're not gonna believe me, yo.
Right.
So I had asked I told her assistant, I'm like, hey, you think, at the end maybe I can get like a picture or something,
That
like,
was so smart.
What they say?
And at first she was like, oh, cause she's at home, she was like, and at first they were like, oh, like pretty much no without saying a no, right? Like, but I mean, not mean. I don't want to say, And I respected it. I was like, all right, cool. And then at the end, without me saying anything, she was like, yo, Beyonce wants to take a picture. Like, let's take a picture. And I was like, oh, it's beautiful. So right at the end, we took a picture, and I was like, yo, I got proof.
Oh man, COASTCITY here. That's my man John Rodriguez and Danny Flores. So you did vocals with Mark Anthony background.
Yeah, I toured with Mark for about 10 years, man.
For 10 years. What does Mark Anthony think of reggaeton?
He's totally open for it, you know. Mark stays in his lane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He knows, like, even with his new album right now, it's completely 100% salsa. Even though he's like best friends with like Maluma and all these, like, but musically he knows just to stay in his lane, and he's not trying to like reinvent like history. At least that's what I feel. You know what I'm saying? Mark is obviously a very smart dude, and touring the world with him, I've learned so much, as far as like what to do and what not to do, and the way he connects with the fans and stuff like that. But from the conversations and hangouts that I've had with him, Mark is totally open for it. Like he loves the genre.
He loves the genre.
Yeah.
It's good seeing you guys with Mozart La Para.
Yes, sir.
La Para.
Yeah,
La Para.
Reggaeton. What is has it morphed now? Is the sound evolved, or is it still prominent now, or is it more of a trap thing that's happening with reggaeton?
¿Tú crees que el reggaetón y el trap ha evolucionado? los últimos años.
Musicalmente. O se ha quedado...
No, ha evolucionado, por eso que cada día crece más, ¿me entiendes? Y salen artistas nuevos y le dan un toque diferente también.
Yeah, he feels, it's definitely evolved. I think every time there's a new artist, a new in the genre, they come with their taste on it, so it definitely helps it evolve,
Honestly, I think the trap is actually helped like artists like us, which we love R&B. I think the trap is bridging that Spanish R&B now into a really good place. So if you go to Mexico City, there's this whole entire Spanish R&B, scene, and I think there's little by little, it's something that we've loved to do, and that's incorporated already in our music. And I think it's starting to take a little bit more of that spotlight. In the Spanish.
Definitely.
I want to play on one of the songs. Matter of fact, we're going to premiere the new remix.
Sir.
Let's go.
How do you say the song correctly?
Salvaje.
It
means savage.
Savage featuring my man Mozart.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes.
And we're going to play this now and open up the phone lines. You want to talk with Coast City. This is a world premiere here on this station. 888-742-3345.
Sway in the morning, exclusive on Shade 45.
Salvaje. The remix.
There you go.
Coast City.
First time y'all hear it right here first.
That was the first time, huh?
First time. We've never nobody even knew that Mozart was on the remix. So that's the first time ever.
Yeah.
So I appreciate y'all.
Super premiere.
Make sure you
that.
put that in the bio. The wiki.
Yes.
All right. Being with Empire, what's that experience been like?
Yo, Empire's been a great platform for us. I've been through like 2 major deals. And I think in today's age, to have that full control. And they gave us that freedom, basically, Ghazi and Nima and all those guys, Alan, they trust us and they believe in our music, and we present them with our plan and this is what we're gonna do for the next 6 months. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, here you go, like go at it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very dope. We don't have like the bunch of A&Rs and and on top of us and trying to like pick and choose, so they really let us see the vision, and it's been great, man. I think it's been nothing but love.
They're great.
We've had a great year with them, so we're about to finish the EP now, so we're gonna drop the second EP with Empire.
Okay, congratulations.
Yeah,
when is the second EP coming?
We don't have the exact date yet, but it's gonna be I think like in the beginning of October, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 questions. I want to ask Mozart, in the news with DR, this isn't music related, but we've been seeing a lot of deaths reported in DR at these resorts, and it's kind of scaring a lot of people to go to DR. What is his thoughts on that? And tell him why people should still continue to go to DR.
Tú sabes todas las noticias, todo lo que está pasando en la República Dominicana y los resorts y las muertes y qué sé yo qué. ¿Qué tú piensas de eso y por qué la gente debe ir a Santo Domingo y visitar Santo Domingo?
Bueno, tú sabes que el turismo allá está bien, bien posicionado, número 1. Y hay gente que quieren hacerle daño al turismo y se inventan noticias, las riegan para que los turistas no vayan allá, ¿entiendes? Pero Santo Domingo es un país hermoso, la gente son buenas, alegre. Y todo el que ha ido ahí allá sabe, ¿entiendes? La música, todo. La gente son buenísimas allá, lo que pasa es que hay gente que quieren darle un golpe al turismo.
Yeah. Pretty much saying like don't let the media like fool you. Tourism is still the peak out there. It's a beautiful place to go. The people, the food. He feels like there's just people against it. Trying to like try to mess up their tourism pretty much. But he said that don't let that fool you. Like DR is an amazing place to go visit, and I'm that's one of my favorite vacation spots myself too.
It's one of my favorite vacation spots. I just think the chain of news between that and then even David Ortiz, Big Papi, what happened with him, kind of gave people a different perception. of that. But what was his thoughts even with David Ortiz? What happened with
Sí,
him?
él piensa que obviamente la combinación entre todo lo que estaba pasando, combinado con lo que le pasó a David Ortiz, Big Papi, como que le hizo mucho daño a la isla. ¿Qué tú piensas de lo que le pasó a Big Papi?
Fue supuestamente una confusión, pero me dio mucha rabia porque, o sea, ya es su tierra y ni en Boston lo tratan así, ¿me entiendes? Entonces fue una confusión, pero que eso no debe pasar porque ese tipo es demasiado bueno. O sea, una superestrella y de verdad el país entero estaba orando por él. Yo era uno de ellos. Gracias a Dios que todo salió bien, pero a cualquiera le pasa, pero contrale a David Ortiz, un tigre que como tan bueno. ¿No?
Yeah, he feels the whole country was obviously praying for him. They all root for him. He said, why in his own land? It just made no sense. He said everybody just felt this equal anger of like, that didn't happen in Boston, anywhere else. It happened in DR. And David Ortiz is nothing but loved out there, So more than anything, I guess he said that they just felt a sense of like anger against that act, and that the whole country was praying for him, and that they're glad everything,
Okay. Well, what's next for him musically?
¿Qué tienes ahora musicalmente? He got a movie too that just dropped.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna plug that in for him because he ain't talking about la película.
What's the name? Puerto Pa.
Él dice el nombre de la película.
Bueno, la película y también musicalmente, ¿qué proyectos tienes
Bueno,
ahora?
musicalmente estamos trabajando una canción que se llama Calma. Y la película se estrenó ayer, se llama La Maravilla.
So he just released a single called Karma. That's kind of like what he's working right now. That's out everywhere, ¿verdad? Eso ya está afuera. Karma está en la calle. And the movie just came out hoy, ¿verdad? Hoy salió la película. Ayer, yesterday, the movie premiere, and it's called Maravilla.
La Maravilla.
La Maravilla.
Okay, so he's a big star, man.
Yo, he's
Mozart big star.
Honestly, we're very lucky and honored, man, that Mozart is on this remix with us, for real.
Yo, man, tell him don't act brand new with me. Now that he's been on the show, I want to tell people I know him. So
Que ya son panas, no actúes como si fuera un extranjero ahora.
No, pero dile que cuando yo venga la próxima vez yo voy a saber inglés, que se prepare.
He said next time he gonna get his English right, and he's gonna come, even harder next time he does.
Okay, I'm gonna get my Spanish right. But when I come to DR, I want to hang out with him.
Oíste,
okay.
Cuando vaya para la República, que te vaya mal.
Está bien. Yo, hello, my bro.
Man, if y'all like follow, Mozart on IG and stuff, man, it's crazy like the love he gets from these people and the kids out there, and it's really insane. He's really a dope figure out there.
Okay, that's what's up. Have it be.
I have a question for Coast City and for Mozart. So I go to DR a lot, and I want to make, my sister-in-law is Dominican. I want to make sure I'm eating right. So in DR, I've been to the Monumento.
In La República.
In Santiago.
In Santiago. Is that a restaurant?
No, it's like this place where everybody hangs out. And she told me I had to have chimichurri, shrimp apusao.
Oh.
Am I eating right? I want him to know. And Presidente and Brugal.
Oh, yeah.
Am I eating right?
Presidente de Beer, Brugal. And what's the other thing? Chimichurri is just a sauce.
Chimichurri, some sauce. I don't know. It's some kind of thing with sauce.
Chimichurri.
Shrimp apusao.
La beer, Presidente.
El camarón
con salsa de manzana.
Es
apple.
Dile que ni yo he comido ese.
No, he's like, I haven't tasted that. but you got the other ones right though.
I got the other one, and no shrimp apusao. Shrimp.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm not saying it correctly.
Spanish.
And I've never
just eat mofongo out there. You good?
Mofongo. Mango is the mango is the
when I go to DR, I mean definitely mango.
Hold on, John hasn't admitted here that he's half Dominican.
Are you?
Or a quarter, right?
My dad was
Él es
born
dominicano.
in DR.
¿Tú sabías eso,
Yes.
Mozart? Él es dominicano.
Yo nací en Puerto Rico, pero el viejo mío nació en la República.
Yeah.
O sea, tú eres mitad y mitad.
But I never lived out there. But I love DR, man.
So Puerto Rico, because I've never been. Sway's been. What do you eat? Like, what should we get? Because I know it's not the same here. It is in Puerto Rico.
Mofongo. You get mofongo.
What is mofongo?
Mofongo is plantains, like green plantains.
Mashed up.
They mashed it up with garlic and like pork rinds, chicharrón. With like olive oil. Yeah,
we can go to the Bronx and
it's
I'll
amazing.
take you.
It's the same. It's the same in the Bronx as it is in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, just go up the street.
It's Puerto Rican.
No, because like if you had the beer, Presidentes don't taste the same here that they taste in DR. Like
it's true.
Drink
the beer, yeah.
Well, you know what?
The
The beer out there, it's like the alcohol level, and the special thing about Presidente beers, if y'all didn't know, is they keep them at a specific. They have specific like freezers, like fridges out there, and they keep them at a specific temperature where they're like almost iced, and that only happens in DR.
Got it. That's they don't taste
Tracy.
like that here.
Tracy.
I have a question.
I might have an answer.
For Mo, I'm wondering if you can speak on the relations between DR and Haiti, if they've improved at all.
La relación entre la República y Haití, que si ha mejorado, ¿qué tú piensas de eso?
¿Qué te digo? Está mejor. Porque antes había mucha redada con los haitianos. Ahora tú ves en la calle los haitianos vendiendo helado.
He says that he's definitely...
Tienen negocio. O sea, lo que pasa es que hay haitianos malos y haitianos buenos.
Yeah.
¿Entiendes? Pero ya eso está frío. Está
he
calmado.
says it's definitely progressed. He says that they're definitely more in harmony. He says he see a lot of Haitians like in DR selling in the streets and whatever. He said, yeah, of course you're always gonna have like your bad, what I'm saying, like people that malice, but he said in all he's seen progression, and it's been better. So yeah.
Can we all just get along?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
On the same island.
That's it.
Isn't
that crazy?
But you know what? That happens in our communities too, though.
Yeah.
You go to Miami, you got little Haiti, you got the Cubans, you got your Colombian, so it's
territorial.
It's almost, it happens here in the city. I mean, for you guys know. So it's something that we need to evolve, man. We really need to like spread the love. For sure,
yeah,
man.
Danny, I'm with you on that one.
100%.
And I want to thank y'all for coming through today.
Yo, thank you guys, man. This is a
great
dream for us.
This is great, man. Give it up, John Rodriguez.
Appreciate you guys, man, for real.
Danny Flores. Mozart La Para.
Hey,
all right. Coast City, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for coming through. Hold on, one more call. We got Daryl from North Carolina on the line. What up, Daryl?
Hey, Daryl.
Hey, what's happening? Yo, what's going on?
What you want to say real quick? Go ahead.
Hey, I want to know how old are y'all boys, man? Like, how long y'all been doing this for? Y'all seem super young, man.
Damn, trying to get at them?
we in the 30-something.
Shit, are you single? What kind of question is that? All right, guys. Thanks for coming through, okay? All right. Look forward to seeing you on tour, okay?
Definitely, man.
All
Definitely.
right,
Thank
man.
y'all.
All right.